And we're back. Hey guys, so the break is over, the pairings have been made, and round 5 is now underway. Let's see what the pairings are. So we're having two heavyweights in chess playing against each other, and that's Kutsubov versus Anton Demchenko. I know both players to have been 2650 rated at least. Demchenko, it was closing in on 2700 at some point, so these players are extremely strong and they are both on 4 out of 4. Okay, and yeah, so this knight h4 and queen h5 idea, I think I've seen that somewhere. So Berlin opening, no, not a Berlin opening. This is actually Spanish opening with a6, taking, and d3. Very solid play from Kutsubov. I'm guessing actually that's his blitz repertoire. So yeah, so the point of this is to weaken the dark squares on the king side so that after short castle f4, f6 is going to become weak. And that could be a real B-word to deal with from the black side. I think that this is looking very nicely for white, although black does have to probably play something like b5 and then he should be more or less okay, I believe. Because if white is going to take here, then takes, then black does have some nice dark square domination with his black pawns obviously. And g5 becomes an option. Maybe black is actually fine. But look at the time, guys. Anton is at least 30 seconds down. And yeah, it's g3 I'm not a big fan of because of this square. Funny story, I actually lost when I actually lost against Eric Hansen. It was, I think, 6 or 7 years ago, where I also played g3 and f4 in a similar position, and I got totally countered in the center. And ever since then, I'm very skeptic about g3 ideas in these type of positions. So yeah, looking okay for Demchenko, I would say right now. But let's move on to one of the next leaders in the standings. So let's see if we can find actually two big names also playing against each other. Igor Kovalenko against Vincent Kamer. So Vincent Kamer, a young talented kid from Germany, obviously. He has, he is pretty famous nowadays, but no obviously there. He is 2500 rated, rising star. He has been playing in Tat Steel actually in the B group. He did not perform badly there. He actually played pretty well. And so he has a bright future ahead. His coach actually, I think, is former world champion contestant Peter Liko from Hungary, a big name in the chess world. And so, yeah, his future is looking bright here. And this position looks more or less okay, I would say. I like black. You know why? He has way more time. He has 1 more minute on the clock. Although this is a position that is very hard to go wrong with from either side, I believe. Black should be careful about bishop f3 and takings on d5. Well, white should be a bit careful about this bishop now, because after b6 and a5, the bishop is trapped. And actually, I think that's what's happening right now. After bishop b4, a5 is happening. And then the bishop has no choice but to go to c3. But black's winning a pawn right now. And if you take here, black's still a pawn up because the a3 pawn was still hanging. This is looking good for Vincent. Govalenko, by the way, also 2700 player or former, I believe. I believe he's now 2600 or something like that. But still a huge name, obviously. And yeah, I say obviously way too often. Okay, obviously. Okay, in any case, let's move on. This game is looking very, very good for Vincent Kamer. And let's see, let's check another game then. I'm curious to see. Okay, so it seems that Hikaru has already won his game. And let's see, where he is. Standings have not yet been updated. I still see only round 3. The standings after round 3. So let's see how Artemiev is doing. We also saw him in the previous round, and he is black in this position. He's playing against Fireheart, which is Adiban Bhaskaran from India. A very aggressive player usually, but in this position it seems like black is doing very well. Queen against a rook and a knight, and actually black also has an extra pawn here, so this is looking very, very good for the Russian Grandmaster. Yeah, this should be over. The knight's totally trapped. White has queen e1, queen takes f2 ideas. That's why bishop g3, but now probably queen e1 and c3 simply, and the pawn cannot be very well defended here. Looks like this is more or less over. So yeah, and thank you Hopin DeLorean for sharing the standings in the chat there. If you guys want to have a look-see, a link has been shared in the chat. If you want to check out what the standings are, I'll be checking them out in a little bit as well, so don't worry. For now I want to focus on the games, and let's take a look at... Okay, this looks winning for Artemiev here. e4, queen e2, and c1 should win the rook here. Yeah, this looks over. Okay, so next game. Laquang Liam is playing with black against Swimmer Chess, another Indian player. And this is looking very bad for Laquang Liam. Laquang Liam has 2700. He has participated in a lot of top tournaments. And he is on the ropes against an international master from India. This looks lost. You can put your rook on b8 and there's nothing you can do about it. Or you can also snag a few pawns first and then put your rook on b8. Like he's doing now. Big upset. Laquang Liam was, I think, one of the favorites in this tournament as well. But he lost. He is now on 4 out of 5 it seems. So he needs a big comeback if he wants to still play for the first prize. By the way, first prize is free. No, I was gonna say 3,000, but that's not true. $2,200 is on the line. First prize is $1,000 for the people to go home to take home with them, and yeah, a lot of money. Also, we should mention actually that the prize money has been changed. It used to be half the points of that, half the money of that. It used to be 500 first prize and 1,100 as the total prize fund, but because we had some issues earlier with the first title Tuesday, which happened about 5 hours ago, yeah, the tournament had to be cancelled, and therefore the prize money has been upped in the second tournament of the day, this one. And Bank Chess seems to have been tricked by Antipov. Antipov, also 2,500 player from Russia. Seems to be in total control. 3 out of 4 he has, but he's soon to be on 4 out of 5 and can still play for the tournament victory. This looks over, so I'm going to skip to the next one. Although you might never know, of course. In time trouble, there are certain moments where you can actually lose draws and games, or you can lose winning endgames because you are not too focused on the time scramble. I like how he's doing this though. Just put your bishop here, rook here, king here, and it's mate. Awesome technique there from black. Nicely done. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Daro against Habari is already over. Daro managed to win. And let's check then the next game. It's hard to find the games that are still going on. I'm thinking that... Oh, this is interesting. This is Indian Lad against Evgeny Postny, both having 3.5 points. But this looks like a draw because white cannot defend against the checks. Whichever rooks comes in between. If this rook, the queen comes to g8. If this rook, the queen comes to e6. And the rooks have to always get in between those two squares where they are now. Okay, so round 6 is now on the way. This is wow, this is going really quickly. So let me show you guys quickly the standings that I can currently see, so that you guys know what is going on. Actually, never mind, because it's still only the standings behind round 3 as far as I can see. So that's what I'm seeing at this point now. But I will keep an eye on that if I can see if the update has been made. For now, we're just going to dive back into the games. Round 6, everybody. So we're closing in on the final few games of this tournament. Let's take a look at Hikaru. We didn't have a chance at his previous game. And he's playing Yospem from Peru. Big player from Peru. And very dull opening, I would say. Although I'm not sure who I like better. I think I like white better for the moment because this knight is dominated by the pawn on c3. And yeah, after bishop b5, white's pieces are a little more yeah, coordinated, I wanted to say. But now after short castle, black has bishop h3. White does have knight e1, and I guess it should be okay. And I guess it should be okay for black, for white. So yeah, still liking white's position slightly better. You have to play knight e1. If you go to d2, then bishop h3 is coming. So king h1, also interesting. Takes, rook g1. You have a g file to work with. Yeah. Okay, still at the beginning phase. Doesn't look like it is very exciting at this point. Let's go and look if we can find some action. So we've got... I'm always trying to find some names that we haven't checked yet. But I guess we're also going to take a look at obviously the... there I go again. Obviously. The top players in the world. So here we have Lion Beast. Vache Lagrave playing against Zaven Andriasian, actually the #1 player from the Armenian Eagles. He's been known to be a very good blitz player himself. And I guess because of the center domination, I like white's position slightly better. But it should not be that much. It's a very solid position from black. It's hard to break through here. He is given the opportunity to take a pawn. And I'm not sure why MVL allowed that to happen, because how is he going to get the pawn back in this case? He could play something like knight c5 to put some pressure here. Maybe that's it. Maybe simply knight c5, knight takes e4. Because f4 is not possible to protect the knight because of the queen on... like this. Okay, black is getting the pawn back, and okay, then the question is who is better and why. Now black has some space on the queen side, and the rooks seem a little bit more active here. But okay, if you take like this, white can move the knight, and then suddenly you have a pin on the e file to work with. Yeah, so I don't know. It looks very complicated, this. But okay, I really like how black has the queen side control here. So if black can somehow consolidate and yeah, keep the keep white's activity to a minimum, then black should be in better shape, I would guess. Queen e2, nice move threatening knight e7 and knight takes c6. I'm guessing that the position should be roughly equal, but yeah, it's hard to tell in these type of positions. And of course also with these top players. Yeah, okay, so this is going to continue for a while. Let's check some other game. This is looking pretty good, I guess, for Zavin, because Lion Beast is short on time. Always a factor, guys. Okay, let's check. Let's check. Who shall we check next? Okay, let's check upon Caruana. Let's see how he is bouncing back from his loss. So he once again, I think he's playing almost the same openings. Okay, knight b6, taking, bishop takes c4. He's struggling against a non-GM at this point. h4, nice. Doesn't do that much though. White is extremely solid on the dark squares. With bishop b3 he has control over these two pawns. Yeah, this is going to be a time scramble, I would say. Hikaru drew. Alright. That is surprising. Well, but on the other hand, we just checked his game and his position was extremely symmetrical. So I'm not that surprised that it was a draw, actually. And here we've got, I think Caruana is in big trouble here, because he's going to lose his a pawn, and after that he is also, yeah, simply a pawn down. This is looking really good for white. So Caruana struggling against Bashiyaro from Russia, a FIDE master. Don't you just love Title Tuesday, guys? This is what happens. World-class players are struggling against players that you've never heard of. So if you have a title, if you're a national master, if you're a candidate master, if you're anything, women international master, women FIDE master, you can have any title you want. Well, if you have a doctor's title and you put that in your Chess.com resume, then you unfortunately cannot participate, obviously. Yeah. If you have a chess title, good joke. Yeah, you can participate in this Title Tuesday. So, and let's get the number cracking up. Okay, this was a mistake. White should not have allowed Queen e4 here. Okay, but Queen takes f6 was threatening, so that's why he went back. Okay, very tough endgame to defend. Rook b7, taking here, immediately played. Now Caruana has one more. Oh no! Yeah, do you guys know the song Gangnam Style? Well, this is Grandmaster Style. Just winning a drawn position. Well, actually a close to lost position. So yeah, Grandmaster Style, guys. Mate in one, missed by a too fast playing Bashiyaro. Yeah. Time is a big factor in this tournament, guys, and Caruana just escaped with a win. Very nicely done. Yeah, let's see. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do this again. Kleine Bear is playing, and he is playing against Sam from Chess Mood. And Kleine Bear is on 4 out of 5, so he's doing really well. Sorry for indulging myself here. I'm very curious about how he will play here. And oh, this is nicely done. This is a winning pawn ending of the king f2, bishop takes f3, king takes h3. So too bad I had to tune in when Kleine Bear is just losing a game. So yeah, unfortunately, let's go to the next one. So we've got this position of two of the leaders in the tournament, Igor Kovalenko against Artemiev. Yeah, you cannot make progress here, so that is why it's a draw. Okay, so these two giants are losing their first half point in this match. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Tomino, who beats, I think, Caruana in the previous round, is winning again. He won against Alexander Bortnik, and Bortnik actually is one of the biggest guys from what I know in Arena Kings Title Tuesdays. He has won a lot of prizes, I believe. So he's now 6 out of 6. Tomino from Lithuania. He's one of the tournament leaders at this point. That is surprising. An international master taking the lead, beating world-class players. Nice. Surprise of the tournament so far, I would say. Tomino. Okay, let's see who's still playing. Still 2 games are left. Let's check who those games... Okay, we've seen this before. This looks, of course... this is lost for black, obviously. White's going to go forward simply with 4 pawns. Is he going to get 4 queens here? I don't think so. He's just going to play rook e8 here. Probably with... yeah, this should be over pretty soon. Okay, guys. And actually also a reminder. So the last 2 games of round 7 are being played. This is the last game where black had a nice rook g1. Actually, let me check this real quick. Yes, this is the action that we were looking for, guys. So we once again have a rook versus rook ending that was won by someone. Yeah, if you're playing on increments, then sometimes you fall for this trick. Black is going to win the rook. Yeah, online blitz chess, guys. That is what's happening here. Rook versus rook endings are being won. Okay, so just a quick reminder, everyone. Round 7 is going to start in a little bit. And after that, we're taking a small break because we need some time to finalize the pairings of the next 2 rounds in round 8 and 9. And to determine, of course, fair pairings for the final 2 rounds of this tournament. Who will win the $1,000 prize in this tournament, the first prize here. Okay, so I've been told that I just need to refresh to get the pairings right. So let's see what that is. Okay, so I actually have a pairings overlay for you guys set up so that I can show that real quickly. Just a small one so that you guys can see some names. So we've got Tomino. If you look below my camera, you can find some standings there. We can see Mkhitaryan from Armenia, Tomino, Swimmer Chess, Azeri Chess, and Severomorsky from Ukraine. Those are the current 5 leaders in this tournament. And after that, you've got a bunch of people with 5.5. Amongst them, Hikaru Nakamura and Igor Kovalenko and Harvs. Yeah, some IMs in the mix, still in the race for the first prize in this tournament. Okay, I'm going to leave the standings here for now. Actually, I should change it a little bit, guys, just so that you guys can also see how many points they have, because that was not shown, I believe. So let me just put that in right now. Yeah, so like this, so that you guys can see how many points they have. I'm going to leave it like this. These are the 5 tournament leaders at the moment. So yeah, that is it so far. Okay, let's take a look at some of the games. Okay, now you can see the moves. Great, Roland. Let's take a look. So I need to take a look at the games. Let's check one of the 2 tournament leaders at this moment. So yeah, this is the game so far, and let me actually put the standings on. Okay, like this it works. So Severomorsky with the black pieces against Mkhitaryan from Armenia. Looks like a very solid position for both players. I like white slightly better because the rooks are more active, but this bishop is nicely eyeing this guy. Rook d8. I'm guessing this is going to be a draw between these 2 grandmasters. g4. Maybe white's is indeed slightly better. Slightly more space. The king can come to the center slightly quicker than the black king here, so... Okay, but he's going for the king side. I'm not sure that was a good idea, because now... I don't know. I think he should really get his king in. Yeah, king to the center. Standard endgame lessons. Yeah, and now I don't think he wants to take here. I think he's just going to go back. Indeed, to e3. f4 was also possible, but... Okay, this is looking very solid for both players. I'm expecting a draw between these two. So let's check who else is participating. So we've got Tomino against Azeri Chess. Two other players who are currently first in the standings, as you guys can see. This is looking pretty good for black, isn't it? Bishop pair. Well, no, not that much. Okay, if he took on b4, then white had a chance to take on d5 because of the pin here. Now, it's roughly equal, I would say. I'm big fan of the bishop pair. So I think I would pick a black here in this position, but actually after b5, white has a nice target on d5 to go for. If he takes knight f4, black does have bishop c6 then. It should be more or less okay. Yeah, knight f4, bishop c6, d5 under control. And I think actually I take that back. b5 was probably not the best idea here, because black is now a pawn up. And he can start thinking about b4, b3, just advancing with that pawn. This is looking good for Azeri Chess from Azerbaijan. Okay, we have one more tournament leader, which is Swimmer Chess. I'm going to check his game right now. Let's see, and he's playing against Hikaru, who has 5.5, and therefore is, winning. Hikaru is winning. This guy is pinned, rook f1 is coming, and he's at least going to win an exchange here. So that means that we've got one player off of the 100% here. And this is nice because after queen takes a, you have rook f1, check. And Hikaru is back on 6.5 out of 7 points. So one of the tournament leaders is out. Well, out of the lead. Because actually Igor Kovalenko also won his game. So that is very nice to know. I actually should have put the standings here earlier. My bad, guys. As I said, this was rushed. Hope you guys forgive me. But it's nice that it's right here, right now. So that's good. Let's check another game. Let's check one of the other tournament leaders. Actually, let's check how these two are doing. Two giants. We've got Artemiev playing against Zavin. And of course, just when we tune in, the result has already been given. Artemiev losing against Zavin Andreassian with a very nice mate, I must say. That is some nice, how do you say, 16 square action there. Yep. Alright, so Zavin Andreassian also on 6.5 out of 7. Let's see who's going to take the lead. We're going to check one of the current leaders in this tournament. So we're having now Severo Morsky against Mkhitaryan, and it seems like white is doing some good, is doing very well here. Just king c6, king c7, b7, and I think the king is going to promote. The knight can protect this guy like knight c4. Also, black is on the dangerous 2-second rule, as we've mentioned. And I think this should be more or less over. f5, nicely constricting the king. Now it's time for b7. The king cannot come any closer towards the f5 pawn. This should be winning. This should be winning. Just king b6, a3. Knight takes king d6. Okay, you do need to protect this pawn. Probably knight e3, king e4. Nice. Nice. Now you have a winning pawn ending. Yeah, but that knight c7 was very that king c7 was very, very important. If you play okay, the problem is king e4 is coming, and if you play something like knight e3, king e4, you're going to lose the f5 pawn. So what white decided was, I'm going to give up the knight, and if black goes king e4 anyway, then knight d6, king d7, king e7, and white should be winning. And if he takes the king d6, king d4, king e6, white has a winning pawn ending, because this pawn is simply unstoppable, promoting probably with a queen. A rook could also be possible, but I would say queen. Yeah. Okay, so that means that Mkhitaryan is now the sole leader, unless one of the other. Let's check how Tomino and Azari Chess are doing. So these two are the second, are both tournament leaders, and they continue to be the leaders in the tournament, I was going to say, but now we've got the standings on, because that's not true. Mkhitaryan is the sole leader of this tournament going into the last 2 rounds, followed by how many players? 6 players with 6.5 at this point. There's only one game still going on, and that's Georg Meijer against Gawain Jones, which ended in a win for Georg Meijer. Okay, and he's now 5.5 out of 7. Okay, guys, so we're going to take a small break. Round 7 has been played. As you guys can see, the standings: Hikaru still in the race for first prize. Mkhitaryan is the sole leader though, so we're going to see after the small break how the standings will be after round 8, and of course also after round 9 when the tournament is over. So see you guys in a little bit. We'll be back after this short break in about 4 minutes. See you guys in a small bit. And we're back with the last 2 rounds of Title Tuesday. The second one with, bigger prize money. We've got $2,200 as a prize pool for this event. And the first prize will be $1,000 for the winners. If you look below the camera, then you guys can see the current standings. So Mkhitaryan from Armenia is now the current leader in this tournament, followed by about 6 players actually. Great names. Hikaru Nakamura is still in the race for the first prize. And yeah, let's see how the last 2 rounds will fare and who will win the $1,000 first prize in this tournament. So yeah, I should also mention, guys, this is the biggest Title Tuesday that we've ever had. We had 873, I think, participants. Maybe somebody could check that for me behind the scenes, but it's the biggest one ever held, and we are very proud, of course, to have been hosting such a great event with also big names. Hikaru Nakamura, Artemiev, we've seen already pass by in some of the games here shown, and other beasts, of course, as well. Lion Beast, I of course have to mention, which is MVL, who crushed the candidates tournament for the World Championship. Which of course got postponed, but we are not going to talk about that. We're going to focus here on the next few games because round 8 has started. Let's take a look at some of the games here. And we've got the match that we've all been waiting for. Mkhitaryan against Nakamura. Let's see how that will go. So we've got a non-standard opening from Hikaru. Let's check how that went actually. So Hikaru is playing the King's Indian, and then he's giving up his white squared bishop and going for the dark squares in the center. I believe that usually these type of positions are okay for white, because you play bishop g2 and you're going to play h4, and if black's ever going to break with f4, then the bishop is going to come h3, where it has a nice square on e6 available. But yeah, you never know in Blitz, these type of systems are very hard to play. I mean, one of the ideas that black could go for is try to exchange these 2 bishops against each other. And actually, Hikaru's strategy is working because white's already down on time, by big time actually. It's about almost 50 seconds down on time. Have already some moves been played? Seems like it. Oh, okay. Let's check another game. So these 2 players, as you guys can see in the standings, are also very close to the tournament lead. So we've got Zavan Andreasyan against Azeri Chess, and Zavan is now on 6.5 points. Azeri Chess is also on 6.5 points, as you guys can see. This is looking good for black, I would say. I don't know. What I don't like, I like white's domination in the center, but I don't like that his pawn structure is damaged on the king side here. So, okay, white also has the bishop pair, and he's probably going to reroute his bishops like this, and maybe try to push d5 in sometimes, trying to open up the position for his bishops. Usually these type of positions are slightly better for white, but I don't know. With this pawn structure, it is very damaged. I think black should actually be okay. Although 92, 94, I don't know. It's an interesting position, but I'm not 100% sure who is better and who should win here. But here you go. Black has a clear plan. Knight g6, knight takes h4. Bishop f4, great counter. Knight g6 is now met by bishop g3, protecting the h4 pawn. This is high level stuff. Knight d7, maybe even with an f5 idea here. And then play f4. Nah, that would probably be a bit too much. I don't think he will play that. king. Okay, I think he will play that. Sorry, that's what I said. You misheard me. Yeah, if you guys, I actually stream on Twitch as well, guys. My channel is Monkey Chess, and I'm a Dutch player. So I actually on my channel I have an emote with F5 actually. If this was my channel, I would have been spamming that. Yeah, that emote right now. And actually, a draw has been agreed. Both players, I think both players offered a draw there, and it was accepted. So very strategic decision there to go for a draw. Like I said before this whole tournament started, usually you win the tournament with 8 or 8.5 and points out of 9. So with 7 out of 8, I can understand why those two players took a draw here. But Mkhitaryan now has a big chance to take the lead here. If he wins, there are two players who were on 6.5 and now cannot catch him if he wins. And he won! Mkhitaryan won against Nakamura. Are you kidding me? 8 out of 8 this guy has. Do we know who the winner is going to be of this tournament? Hikaru lost. I mentioned this, I think, before. If the bishop is getting to e6, it's going to be big trouble. And I guess, what happened here? Okay, more or less what I said. So f4, bishop is coming to h3. And white took advantage. Okay, so also what I said. Black is trying to exchange these dark squared bishops against each other. But white's not allowing that with g4. And now, yeah, he's blocking the f4 pawn. And now he's going to focus on the g file. And this looks like an awesome game from white. Just doubling up. You can. The rook is on h8, but the king cannot make room for that rook because it has no squares to go to. But okay, this is looking pretty good actually after knight d4. Knight h5. Okay. I would have taken this bishop hours ago, but it seems that here... Okay, the point is this combination was just winning for white, unfortunately. If you play king h6, bishop f7 with unstoppable mate on g6, and that more or less happened anyway, because after king h6, you're actually losing the bishop on f6. A very nice game from Mkhitaryan. Wow, who would have thought? With participants like Caruana, Nakamura, that Mkhitaryan is going to be on top. So actually, as you guys can see in the standings, Sam Chess Mood also won his, I think he won his game or he drew, and is now on 7 out of 8. Let's check some more games who are still playing. We've got Igor Kovalenko with 6.5 points against Zavgorodnij, if I'm correct. And this looks winning for white, I would say. Oh, this will be awesome. Are we going to see a bishop and knight mating maneuver here? So if all the pieces are off the board and there's only a bishop and a knight remaining, that would be cool to see. So you guys will see an instructive endgame, knight and bishop versus king, how to mate. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Some free lessons and some show that grandmasters know this stuff, know these how to win endgames like that. That would be awesome. Let's see if that's going to happen. I think these are the only two players left with 6.5. So if one of these two players win, then they are going to get to 7.5, and then they are still in contention for first prize, because then they can face off against Mkhitaryan, the sole leader in this tournament at the moment. So yeah, so far so good for white, I believe. Ooh, That was pretty close, actually. Yeah, if white did not at bishop h5, then he would have lost the piece, which is actually happening now. Oh boy, this is going to be a draw. This is going to be a draw. That was so unfortunate for Kovalenko. He was a piece up, but in time trouble. Take a look at the time control. They both had 5 seconds, obviously, at 8 seconds. So it's very hard to control all those tough moves in this game. So yeah, so that means actually, guys, I think we've got a tournament winner already. Mkhitaryan is the sole leader with 8 out of 8, and there's no one with 7.5 out of 8. So Mkhitaryan has officially already at least won this tournament. So all he needs is a draw in the next round to secure, that was the word I was looking for, to secure the first prize in this the biggest title Tuesday we've ever had. All right, let's see which games are still playing. I don't think any of the top games are still going on. I take that back. We've got Swimmer Chess against Antipov, both with 6 points out of 7. So whoever wins this is going to become shared second placed in this tournament. But as it looks right now, this looks like a draw. Yeah, with opposite colored bishops, there's not much you can do. It's very easy to defend as well. You can even put the bishop all the way over there without trouble. So what black is more or less hoping for is some knight fork, for example, knight d4, knight f3. But yeah, bishop e3, nicely done. So yeah, black is taking his time to maybe get some tricks in there, but it should obviously be a draw. There we go again, obviously. Stop it, Roland. And now after king of 6, bishop g3, this should simply be a draw. But okay, as we've seen before, we saw some rook versus rook ending being won by 2 players. If you were there in the first title Tuesday, we saw it happen. If you were here earlier in the broadcast, you also saw it happen. So yeah, who knows if black can maybe still win this. Or actually, no, technically, I think that if black is going to run out of time, I think it's going to be a draw anyway because of insufficient material. So yeah, black can play only for 2 results in this position. Let's see this game through, and after that, I'm very curious about what the next pairings will be. So far we've got 14 players on 7 out of 8. 2 players might be joining them. These 2 actually, Antipov and Swimmer Chess. Or Swimmer Chess, actually only 1 can be part of the 7 out of 8 group. But yeah, I'm actually interested. Let's see if we can see a 50-minute rule. Yeah, and I think the 50-minute rule, 50-move rule. And I think we actually saw that right here. Okay, last round, guys. Last round. The question is Mkhitaryan going to win this tournament solely, or is Laches, oh, this is awesome, Nepomniachtchi is playing against the tournament leader Mkhitaryan at the moment, and Nepo is on 7 out of 8. Will he stop the tournament leader? And if so, if that's going to happen, we need to check who is actually going to win the tournament then, because I think we're going to have a bunch of people with 8 out of 9 here. As you guys can see, we've got 14 players with 7 out of 8, so those are all in contention still for the tournament win. They need to win though. They cannot have a draw. A draw is not enough for a prize. They need to win. Alright, so usually I would say this is better for white because of the pawn structure, but it's not so easy to play, because if you push one of these pawns, you're going to get countered in the center, for example, with the rook, and possibly with an f5 break at some point. But okay, white should definitely be better here. But it might not be all that much. These type of positions are very treacherous to play, I believe. Yeah. So, yeah, Mkhitaryan is also a football player. He used to play for Manchester United, I believe. But yeah, Mkhitaryan, maybe he's a fan of that football player. He is from Armenia, that football player. And Mkhitaryan here is also from Armenia, so maybe that's why. Football fan there, guys. Yeah, so this is what I mean. Suddenly, black's pieces are very solid here. A nice square on d4 for the bishop. A c5 played. I would immediately retreat the knight here, but this is also okay. Knight takes c3, knight d5. Okay, guys, I'm going to keep this position on the board. Yeah. Well, let me check quickly about some other players. Actually, Caruana is also on 7 out of 8. So let's check how Caruana is doing. He's playing against Kovalenko. And he's looking okay. I would say I don't think he is worse here. I think he is. He's doing. He has the bishop pair. He has a weakness on c6 to play for, but this bishop on d5 is very, very solid. I definitely think that Caruana is better though. He has much more time on the clock. He should have good chances to win here. Okay, that's the only game I'm going to check besides the Mkhitaryan game, because he's the sole tournament leader, so we're going to focus on him. Let's see if he is going to win the tournament solely, or if Nepo, who is Lachesis Q, as you guys can see, is going to put a halt to his march. Actually, he won a pawn. He won a pawn on c4. But there is something in return for that, because this is an eternal pin. I don't think that black can get out of that. These two pieces are forever stuck. Yeah, knight b5, rook takes d7 incoming. This looks over. No, it's not. Okay, rook d7, great defense here. If rook takes d7, bishop takes d7, and knight's protected, then suddenly black is in a good spot. I'm expecting rook e8 now. It has to be played. You need to keep the rook, otherwise... Actually, if you play rook e8, bishop d5 is going to be played. And Mkhitaryan offered a draw. I think he's very confident that he can win this game, actually. He offered a draw. I think Nepo is thinking about it. He might be worse in this position. He's playing on rook e8. Okay, so bishop d5 is now the big problem here. How will he deal with that? Maybe bishop g4? The idea bishop c8? But simply rook... Okay, takes. Rook d7. Simply go back. It should be fine. Black is a pawn up. Knight d4, king c6, b5, start running. Guys, I think that Mkhitaryan is going to be the sole leader of this hugely packed Title Tuesday. I think it's going to happen. I think it's not going to be MVL. It's not going to be Caruana. It's going to be Mkhitaryan. The sole leader. He's going to win this. Knight of 6. Okay, he could even consider rook e7, just keeping it there, but rook d3. Now he could go knight d8, protecting f7, or he could play knight d4, going for activity. White does have still some pressure in the position, but just king c6, knight g5, rook d7, it should be fine for black. Just rook d7. Maybe white can try something, pushing these pawns perhaps. Yeah, but black can do the same on the queen side. This looks winning for... This looks... Black is in a really, really good spot here. 96 looks good. That is a beautiful move. F5. If you guys are a sub on my own channel, can I get some F5s in the chat, please? Can I get some F5s? Because this one just won Mkhitaryan, I think, the tournament. There is no pressure anymore on F7. Black is still a pawn up. I think maybe the knight's just gonna come back. The pawns are coming forward. There's no activity from white. The knight can safely stand on e6, I believe. Maybe the only thing that black has to worry about is the time. He is 10 seconds behind. But with a knight on e6, I think he has no problems. I think he's going to win this. And actually, let me put the standings in there for you guys. Caruana won the game. Caruana won his game. And he's the only one who won his game. We've got a tournament leader, guys. We've got a sole winner of this tournament. Nepo decided to go for a draw here. And the winner of Title Tuesday is Mkhitaryan from Armenia. And it seems like second place is going to be solely for Fabiano Caruana. Let's see how the second place is going to be turned out. He is the sole winner of $1,000, and we need to check actually some. Okay, Ariantari is also coming on 8 out of 9. Ariantari winning his game against Azeri Chess. Let's see if we can find some other results. This game is still going. Alexander Bortnik is in a losing position against Savan Andreasyan. This queen takes queen h8 mate, so that means that we've got 3 players on 8 out of 9 at the moment. Let's see if these guys could also still potentially get to... No, but this is a draw now. No, it's not. It's not a draw. Yeah, some instructive endgames for you guys. So Sam Chessmood and Irakli Ak... Oh, I'm so bad at this. Argvlediani, a FIDE master from Georgia. Wait, did he misplay? G takes rook or king takes. Okay. And we've got another second place player at the moment. So, and let's also check Hikaru's game for good form. Hikaru lost again. Hikaru lost against Zavgorodny from Ukraine. So, okay, all the games have been played. Let's take a look at the standings, everybody. If you guys can see, take a look below the camera. There you can see there are 3 prizes made available for the Title Tuesday. And the first prize is $1,000. The second prize, I think, is $750, and the third prize is $500. To be honest, I need to get a confirmation on that. So, sole leader, sole winner, Mkhitaryan, and we've got a bunch of people shared second here. Zavan Andreasyan from Armenia. Armenia actually dominating this Title Tuesday. Armenia Eagles in the Pro Chess League are very, very strong indeed. They're doing very well. They've got very good online chess players, and this Title Tuesday is showing that once again. Okay, so which people are on 8 out of 9? We've got Zavan Andreasyan, we've got Ariantari from Norway, Zavgorodny beating Hikaru in the last round, as you guys can see. I'm sure Hikaru was not motivated in the last round, as he could not win a prize anymore. Oparin from Russia. We've got Fabiano Caruana. Klunessa from Russia. I don't know who that is. And we've got Irakli Akvlediani, a FIDE master from Georgia, being the big surprise together with Zavgorodny. No Grandmaster, just IMs and International Masters who have been shared second. Right, so what's the deal with the prizes? So of course Mkhitaryan goes home with $1,000 and the second and third prizes will be shared amongst the people with 8 out of 9 equally. And okay, on Buchholz, Zaven is second, Ariantari is third. Let's check if there's some games still being played so that we can get an official result. Only one game still playing. Nope, they finished. So the official result is there, guys. That was Title Tuesday. There you go. The thing we've all been waiting for. Gold medal, Mkhitaryan. Silver medal, Ariantari. And bronze medal for Zaven Andreassian from Chess Mode. Armenia dominating this Title Tuesday, guys. Yeah, how to sum this all up? Armenia dominating, as I've said a few times. The big guns, Caruana, the MVL we haven't seen actually in a while. We also haven't seen. I'm trying to see how MVL played, where he is in the current standings. Hikaru 6.5 out of 9. MVL I don't see. Eric Hansen, the Chess Bro King, 6.5 out of 9. I would definitely be satisfied with that in this tournament, which is so strong. The biggest ever Title Tuesday ever held on Chess.com with 837 participants. And okay. And let's see what else. Chess Queen, Alexandra Kostenyuk herself, 6.5 out of 9. And what else? My boy, Kleine Beard, I cannot see, so I guess he could not play for the prizes, but yeah. There you go, guys. Title Tuesday is over. I cannot stress this enough. The biggest Title Tuesday ever held, 837 participants. I am very proud to be your host this evening for Chess.com. And I hope you guys all enjoyed this Title Tuesday on the 7th of April. And this was awesome to do, guys. So last minute replacement for Levi Rossman. I'm very happy that he got schedule issues. I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to have been doing this for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. What is next? Stay tuned for a raid. We're gonna raid Anna Kremling. So don't go anywhere for some action on our channel. And I'm gonna say thank you for watching. And yeah, see you guys later. Hopefully. Take care, guys.